Summer is almost here, so it's the perfect time to get out and take a road trip.
And there are a lot of places to explore right here within the confines of Illinois.
Yeah.
Daniel Thomas is the Deputy Director at the Illinois Office of Tourism. He joins us now. Did I get the outline of Illinois?
Pretty close.
I think you're pretty spot on there.
Yeah, Kansas is so much easier. So I love it. We have you in most seasons to talk a little bit about places that might be off your radar, but should be on the radar.
Absolutely, and I think one of the trends that we're seeing is this multi-generational travel is one of the three top that we're seeing at the moment. And really close to home, heading to Rockford. Rock Cut State Park is a great favourite. It's only about 90 minutes out of Chicago. And of course, one of our favourites in the other direction, Starved Rock State Park. And of course, right next door is Matheson State Park and Buffalo Rock. And of course, one of the great things to do is be on the Illinois River, maybe on St. Genevieve riverboat, and actually see all those majestic blocks and rock formations from the water. So really beautiful, but close hour and a half out of Chicago.
And one of the coolest things about some of the places that you mentioned is that they are free and accessible to the public, right, in many instances, or at least at a very discounted rate.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone, you know, we're so fortunate in the state of Illinois to have 64 state parks, and to your point, a lot of them are free and accessible to everyone.
And I think people think about the biggies, right? Like, oh, Starved Rock, I want to go to Starved Rock. They can get really busy in the summer. Matheson State Park is literally down the road and just as beautiful with similar rock formations.
It is, and of course I was there a couple of weekends ago just on the Illinois River, and what surprised me is that how open and available it is. So whether you're taking a hike or whether you want to actually be on the river, there is something there for everyone, and it really isn't. There just isn't lots of people there, so you can really connect with nature.
So it's always nice to plan a trip like this, but many of us, my family, we do things very last minute, right?
Right.
So what are some trips and some ideas that at the very last minute you can pick on and maybe go on a day trip?
Yeah, one of my favorites, and it's perfect for spontaneous travel, is Route 66. We have all 301 miles. So whether you're looking to get on and just do a day trip or whether you have an overnight, Pontiac is a great first stop along the route. And of course, you can go and see the Route 66 Museum and the Hall of Fame there, get some really great selfies along the way, connect with sort of Americana, and of course the state capitol that you're talking about, but Springfield, let's not forget about Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library Museum, which is one of my favorite locations. But a couple of really new things along Route 66 that have opened. Firstly, in Springfield, we have the Neon Legends Park, and it's a daytime and a nighttime experience. You're going to want to stay there, and Shays gas station, one of the very original pumping stations along Route 66, has just reopened, and it's a museum. And then just a little bit further south of Springfield, the Cannonball Jail has just reopened. It's been in restoration for the last 5 years, and it's a great stopover. I went and visited it last week.
The Cannonball Jail.
I know, and just a great experience and iconic, and it's really, they've been restoring that for the last 5 years. And when I was there, we had international visitors stopping off on their Harley Davidsons, and it's just a great stopover there.
That's one you wouldn't think of, right?
Yeah. Is there anything you recommend for like a solo trip, somebody who wants to go on their own for the day?
Yeah, one of my favorites, you know, the western part of the state, the mighty Mississippi, or 250 miles, what we call the Great River Road. And of course, that's so incredible because getting on the Great River Road is just another one of our 7 scenic byways, very drivable, and it connects that small town charm right up and down the Mississippi. So starting in Galena, and one of my favorites in Galena, you know, who needs people when you can hike and sip local Illinois-made wine along with goats and take a hike? And of course, continuing down the Great River Road, you've just got small town charm. You've got Quincy, Illinois. Maybe you want to take a river cruise and actually get on the Mississippi. The Celebration Belle out of Moline is another great stopover as well.
And just the topography out near Galena is so different from anything here. We think of Illinois as a flat state. You won't after you visit that corner of the state.
No, it's one of my most beautiful ways, and the typography is just very majestic. It's almost like you're rolling with the hills into Galena and that small town charm. So you really do disconnect, and that's the beauty of the diversity of the product across our state.
Makes for pretty pictures, okay?
It sure does.
Thank you. For more details and road trip ideas, you can go to enjoyillinois.com. There's the information on your screen. Thank you so much to Daniel Thomas. We're going to post more information on our website, WGNTV.com.